We were talking about Twitter files before we got rolling, and what the new stuff is. So the new stuff has something to do with AI and some sort of content moderation.
I don't understand the technical details, but Musk is doing the equivalent of shadow banning, and there's all sorts of Russian collusion built into the code to amplify certain kinds of messages and de-amplify others. And so apparently this is one of the dangers of being creative, right? Most creative ideas are wrong, and a good section of those wrong ones are fatal.
Well, I mean, the fact that anyone would ever think that any of this stuff is a good idea.
People who like to censor, and that's you and Brett Weinstein and Ben Shapiro and Russell Brand and,
Why would anybody not think that was going to come around to get them?
Sadistic, Machiavellian, narcissistic psychopaths.
Lulz. It's fascinating because the capacity for violence and the capacity for aggression is one of the things that's been actively muted.
It can become oppressive and tyrannical.
You're
the biggest devil
fulfilled?
in hell.
Yeah. Are you happy?
And that's where we are.
That's where we are. What a strange place to be, isn't it?
Yeah, that's for sure.
So we decided to have this conversation because of what's going on with you in Canada.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. It's so funny, because I thought 10 years ago, we live in the delusion of a disturbed 13-year-old girl. So I'm an admirer in many ways of the most fundamental female pornographic fantasy.
And a great representation of that is what they've done with Greta Thunberg.
Yeah, exactly. How did that happen? And then, Greta Thunberg showed up, and I thought, oh, well, there we go. Now we've got the 13-year-old. I feel sorry for her. What the hell's a girl to think?
Very bizarre narrative and I don't hear this very nuanced, complex perspective like what you're laying out right now. I don't hear that often. No, I don't hear it at all. I hear it from...
I did it for the lulz.
Meaning people are joking around and shitposting.
Yeah. Well, social media is a great place to garner unearned social reputation.
Yeah.
I mean, it can be gamed.
I thought of lulz as being sadistic.
Everybody knows that.
We're so fucked up.
Laugh out loud.
How does this play out?
Yeah. Critical race theory shade into Marxism.
Such a complex issue. What are the consequences?
Well, so let's think about a lot of anonymous shitposting.
Yeah.
So that's also real fun.
Lulz, I hear from you and maybe a couple other people.
Yeah. 50% of the people oppose Jordan Peterson.
So that's certainly algorithms, right?
God only knows. Women like the trolling bit. That's a good definition for marriage.
Dangerous and bizarre.
Yeah. Well, worse than that even. The anonymous trolls have to be funny. LULZ.
Just got some weird opinions.
Yeah, well, but there's plenty of that floating around.
Well, I think when you have complex, fascinating brains, they go off in all kinds of different directions. Don't you think?
A classic Marxist trope. I've made this claim on Twitter that there's something about anonymous posting, and I'm not going to retract that because I believe that in 99% of the cases that anonymous posters are heroes. You have to be anonymous, but
there's also the factor of people that don't want to get in trouble at work.
Yeah, I know. Well, you're already in deep trouble, and I don't know what you think about this, Joe, but I think female chimps aren't sexually choosy.
It's open to interpretation.
LULZ. You and I, we've been talking all day, and hopefully the consequence of that is that we both come away from this discussion somewhat less stupid and blind than we were.
And it
like
needs
I said,
to be
it was
discussed.
your fault.
Yeah, it's my fault, so I had to have you on.
Yeah. I want to live off you. Joe, look how privileged you are. You've got all this money.
All right, let's go get something to eat.
All right.